He only has a few more days left in office, and for President Barack Obama, that means there's only a few more nights to rest his head on a pillow here inside the White House. Thanks, guys, and if you had the chance to get one of these tickets and get here to Heinz Field last night, you saw the Steelers cruise to a 40-17 victory over the Tennessee Titans on Thursday Night Football. Pittsburgh's become a very friendly bike city in recent years, and Point Park University students have the opportunity to take advantage of that. How? Well, they don't have to look any further than the 4th floor of the Student Center. The Pioneer Pantry is a partner with the Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank and will be a way for clubs and organizations on campus to hold their own food drives with donation barrels like these. These doors in the lower level of the University Center are brand new, leading to a new addition of the library that adds thousands of square feet to the space. These Point Park University shuttles will typically take students to Oakland on any given day or the waterfront on the weekends. But today, Election Day 2016, they're taking students straight to the polls. They say all good things must come to an end, and for members of the Point Park women's volleyball team, the end is only a few sets away. And I'm Josh Croup. 2 big stories to kick off your Thursday afternoon. Good afternoon. We begin with breaking news out of the nation's capital. U.S. Senator Al Franken from Minnesota has announced his resignation. Coming up is one man's power, another man's corruption. What we're learning from arrests in Saudi Arabia. Thanks a lot, Bill. Now it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, and that means it's beginning to look a lot like winter. Temperatures dipping, heading into the weekend. Some snow flurries throughout the day today. Casey Houlihan is here now. Casey, what are we looking at for today's weather? Yeah, so I walk outside, my black coat gets covered in the white flurries. What a time of the year it is, that time of year.
Yes.
Finally. Thank you so much, Casey.
You're welcome.
Well, President Donald Trump is making headlines again following his decision. Welcome back to Point News. Pierogies have always been a staple of Pittsburgh cuisine, and now a new area restaurant is all about the craft of pierogi making. Point News reporter Claire Costello has the story. Claire? Chief, thanks so much for coming back to your alma mater.
It's my pleasure. Thanks for the invitation.
Let's talk about your Point Park days a little bit. Coming here for your bachelor's in 2008, sticking around for your master's in 2010, and we couldn't get rid of you, so coming back as an adjunct professor, teaching some Homeland Security courses since 13. Why did you come to Point Park initially, and what kept you around? Hello, we're joined now by Commissioner Josh Shapiro. He is the Democratic nominee for Pennsylvania's Attorney General. Josh, thank you so much for coming on.
Good to be with you.
First of all, why do you want this position? Why do you want to be in the office of Attorney General after so many bad headlines have been written about this office in recent months? The transition has begun, and his moving day is just around the corner. President Obama has occupied the White House since 2009, and in January, Donald Trump will take over in the Oval Office. Obama's time in office has pleased some.
He's been a great president. He's going to go down as one of the great presidents.
But not others.
Just a little disappointed on kind of what he promised.
According to Real Clear Politics, President Obama has a 53.9% approval rating. George W. Bush had a 22% approval rating when he left office in 2009.
I haven't agreed with all his policies, just to be totally honest, but I think he's a good guy and I think he's doing his best for the country.
Obama has a few more weeks left in office to finalize his presidential resume. On that resume, capturing Osama bin Laden, Obamacare, normalizing diplomatic relations with Cuba, and decreasing unemployment rates, now below 5%. President Obama has not yet closed the detention facility at Guantanamo Bay, a move he pushed for while campaigning in 2008. He also hasn't made significant advances on gun laws, something one Florida man says would have been possible with a different Congress.
He could do more if Congress would work with him and to get them more accomplished.
President-elect Donald Trump will work with a Congress that has a Republican majority in both the House and Senate. His presidency begins on Inauguration Day, January 20th, 2017. From Washington, D.C., reporting for Point News, I'm Josh Croup. A full Point Park shuttle sat in the Student Center lot on a quiet Friday morning. Not full of students, full of food and drinks. All of it used to stock the new Pioneer Pantry. It's a new food bank on the 2nd floor of Lawrence Hall used to address student food insecurity.
There are so many different situations that students might be involved in that they may feel hunger. And this is just an outlet for them, again, to never go hungry, and that this is for the students.
The idea came last year out of research from community engagement doctoral students.
So our hopes are to provide the support and the services needed to make sure that students can get the most out of their education here at Point Park and that they're not hungry and can make ends meet.
Students can visit pioneerpantry.org and place 2 orders a month from the pantry's inventory. The Pioneer Pantry is a partner with the Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank and will be a way for clubs and organizations on campus to hold their own food drives with donation barrels like these.
What we'd like to do is have people commit to doing a drive in a particular month, and we have large donation barrels that we'll be able to put in locations throughout the campus for them to announce their drive and let people donate throughout that month that they've selected.
University 101 students visited the pantry to help stock and organize it and learn about the new program.
So it's good to have some place where you know that if ends don't meet, you have food to go to sleep not hungry.
2 going at a time.
5 bins and 1,000 pounds of food and drink later, the bus was empty, but the shelves were full. The Pioneer Pantry is now officially open and looking for volunteers. Reporting for Point News, I'm Josh Croup. Callista Hines is a freshman on the women's soccer team. When she and some of her friends want to work out away from the field or gym, they turn to bikes. Free bikes, available to all Point Park students.
They come with helmets, like, who wouldn't want a bike? Free bike, so.
The bike program at the university began in 2011, initially funded by the United Student Government. USG President Bobby Bertha.
It's healthy, it's fun, and it's a great way to spend time with friends that doesn't cost you anything.
Renting a bike is simple, and it only requires a trip to the 4th floor of the Student Center. Once students fill out a waiver on PointSync, they're clear for their free ride. While bikes are available for rental around the city, Hines prefers Point Parks.
But the fact that they're free here, I like it a lot.
There's still plenty of time to hit the bike trails before the winter months hit. At Point State Park, reporting for Point News, I'm Josh Croup. Family, flowers, and fun. That's how Shiloh Simonson will remember her senior day. It's a day that comes around every season that signals the beginning of the end of college careers. This year, 4 seniors and their families, all with flowers, smiles, and a day of memories that will last a lifetime.
And people do so much to make us feel special, and I'm just going to remember just I don't know, the whole walking out ceremony. It was really awesome.
Senior Day Saturday came one game after a crushing 5-set loss to conference rival Rio Grande. But Point Park bounced back, giving their coach one more memory with a Senior Day sweep of Cincinnati Christian.
I have great memories on the court with them, in practice, traveling on the bus, in restaurants, and that's what it's about, and I'm confident that each and every one of them, as they move on in life, they're going to do well.
The days that senior Emily Meng has left on the court with fellow senior Nikki and Cortado are dwindling, but their friendship is only beginning.
Just having her at the net and having her always there to smile at me, so probably miss that.
I'm definitely going to miss all the inside jokes on the court and all the behind-the-scenes stuff people don't see, like the hotel rooms on trips and like the bus rides and just spending time with the team. I'm really going to miss that.
Reporting for Point News, I'm Josh Croup. Tonight, a historic conclusion. Will Hillary Clinton become the first female president in U.S. history? Or will outsider Donald Trump shake up the political establishment?
U.S. Senate.
Rookies at the polls. It's the first presidential election for so many students. Tonight, hear what they have to say about this historic election. And Alex, we do now have some more results to give you right now. We can confirm that Hillary Clinton is going to take a few more states here. She's going to claim the 3 electoral votes in Delaware. The Democratic nominee will also take 10 from the state of Maryland, 11 from Massachusetts, 14 from New Jersey, 3 in D.C., and 4 in Rhode Island. 97 for Clinton. So that's our latest electoral vote count that we have here. So that was a lot to digest.
Yes, it was.
And we want to talk now with Alex Austin. Alex attended the Democratic National Convention as a pledge delegate for Bernie Sanders, a very popular candidate among Point Park students. He's since thrown his support behind Hillary Clinton and is also the founder of Burgers for Bernie. That's a grassroots organization in Pittsburgh. It was dedicated to electing Bernie Sanders as president. They're the students that act as the voice for all students. Tonight, they tell you why they deserve your vote. Welcome to UView's Live 2017 United Student Government Debate. We're just coming off a historic election season, but now it's time to focus on an election a little closer to home. Good evening, I'm Josh Croup. Tonight, you'll meet the students vying to be your voice for the upcoming academic year. You'll hear directly from the United Student Government candidates for Vice President and President. We'll also introduce you to the students running for Senate positions. Be sure to follow along with us all night on social media at UView Television with the hashtag USGDebate. You can submit your questions to the candidates, and we may use some on the show. We begin tonight with the 2 students running for Vice President. First, Christopher Chandler, a sophomore political science and screenwriting major, and Davian Herron, a sophomore musical theater major. The candidates will now have 90 seconds to introduce themselves and make their opening remarks. We begin with Mr. Heron, who won a coin toss before the program. Well, guys, one of my favorite things to do on campus here is to get a bike from the Student Center and take it throughout the city. You know, and once you get to December, as we are officially in today, you think that bike season is officially over. Not the case as we begin December. Temperatures in the upper 40s for this entire weekend. As we move into Sunday and even Monday, it gets even warmer. High of 56 on Monday. Now, some showers on and off throughout the day on Tuesday, about an 80% chance of rain. That's going to be a wet day, but Wednesday and Thursday, it'll start to cool down as that cold front starts to move in. Some snow showers possible later in the week and going into 2 weeks from now. But for this week, there's still time to get out the bike, especially this weekend. Head down to the point, enjoy the outdoors because, like you said, unseasonably warm temperatures, and we sure need to take advantage of that, guys. Hi, I'm Josh Croup. Welcome to the Pioneer Spotlight, where each week we feature a Point Park Pioneer team, athlete, or coach. It's the holiday season officially now, and it's also basketball season. We're 4 games in for the men's basketball team, and we want to kind of get caught up on where this team is, where they're going to go as the season progresses. And for that, we bring in Gavin Rajapale, second-year guard for the team. Gavin, thanks for coming down.
Appreciate you, man. Always.
1-3 so far in the season. Not the ideal start on a bit of a losing stretch. What's gone wrong in these first few games? Hi, welcome to the Pioneer Spotlight. I'm Josh Croup. Each week here on the Spotlight, we feature Point Park Pioneer athletes, teams, and coaches in the Center for Media Innovation. This week, we're joined by 2 members of the Point Park men's soccer team, and they're on a roll. One of the hottest teams on campus. We got 2 of their main producers here, and Alan Ramos and Ricardo Dip. Guys, thanks for coming down.
No problem. Thank you.
We'll start with you, Alan, leading the team in scoring the last couple years. This year, no different. Already with 6 goals and 4 assists to start out the year. How have you been able to continue this production the last couple seasons?
Aaron Barlow, it was right here in this spot that you hit the game winner. Where did that 3 come from?
Pioneers hungry for revenge, hungry to get off to a good start. Let's roll the highlights from last Wednesday's game against the Rio Grande Red Storm. Rio Grande, like you said, Rob, they knocked Point Park out of playoff contention last year. Pioneers want revenge. Point Park, typically a long ball team. I'm going to show you right now every 3-pointer they hit in the first half. That was Daniel King. He hit one early. Later, Rashawn Roberts into the corner. Roberts connects with the 3. Pioneers get 2 trays in the first. That was it. Later, in transition, Michael Connor lays it in. Pioneers up 39-35 at the half. It was a tight game back and forth. Second half, Point Park up 1. They turn it over. Jackson Burgess lays it in transition. Couple possessions later, Gavin Rajapale buries it from 3. Only 2 team threes in the first half. That was big. Timely. Pioneers up by 4. Ensuing possession. Repeat. Pioneers go up by 7. 2 trips, 2 threes. Big lead for Point Park. Rio wouldn't go away, though. 2 minutes left. That's an all-conference first-teamer last year. Will Hill ties the game at 75 with a 3. 1 minute left. Kenny Council goes underneath. Gets the basket. Rio goes back on top. 30 seconds later, after a Point Park free throw, Rio trying to run out the clock or pad the lead, and they missed the shot. Now a loose ball picked up by Aaron Barlow. Barlow's going to run it down the floor. The big 6'6" man. Daniel King drives. He loses it. Rob, he hits the winner. Aaron Barlow of all guys.
Incredible shot there, Josh. You know, you see him get that loose ball, and you see him dribble it up. Daniel King right here with 3 defenders in front of him, loses the ball. Rather than try and force it, he kicks it out to the open man, trusts his player, and right there you see it, drains it.
Unbelievable finish of all people. Aaron Barlow finishes it off with the buzzer beater. Thanks a lot, Bill. Now that's going to do it for this semester's Point News. Be sure to join us next semester live on Thursdays at 2 p.m. Have a fantastic week. And thank you so much for joining us this evening. That's your news tonight. For Allison Schubert, I'm Josh Croup. Good night.